Yo, 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 Chatter Care. Today's topic is books that would bake your noodle. And what I mean by bake your noodle is the person that you are right now, at this moment, this second, after reading books like these, you will completely change your whole being, everything about you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, mind, body, spirit, all of that will change. And I'm big into self development. That's something along my journey since I was 18, I've been developing so that, I can understand things, understand business, understand the market, understand a lot, philosophy, finances, all that. And I want to share with you today books that have changed my life, books that are changing other people's lives, and books that will definitely change your life. And, I want to start out with network marketing and finances first. And industry recommended is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I don't have the book to show you. I have other books to show you, but this one I don't have at the moment. I have it even in a digital copy, but at the moment I don't have it. And it's all about personal development. It's all about personal development, and it's inspired by Andrew Carnegie, a billionaire at his time and his peak, and a philanthropist. Philanthropist. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce the word, but this book deals with exactly what it says, Think and Grow Rich. So it teaches you how to get rich. The author explains that the philosophy taught in this book can be used to help people succeed in all lines of work and to do or be almost anything they want. And I mean, one of my favorite quotes by Napoleon Hill is, "What the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve." So that's really powerful words. And you're going to see a repetition with all these books of all these authors that don't even know each other. And if they did, that's cool too. But all of different perceptions, all different of universes, and they all on a collective understand it's about thinking and growing rich, good thoughts versus negative thoughts. And that's one of the connections, many connections I've made. So I definitely recommend this book, and that book is amazing. Another book that's network marketing industry recommended is Rich Dad Poor Dad series. I've read two by Robert Kiyosaki, and I've read about two of his books, but the one I really recommend is Conspiracy of the Rich, because you want to learn the history of money. You want to learn the history of Federal Reserve. I've learned that the Federal Reserve is a private corporate entity established in 1913, which then led me down to another road of understanding that we no longer live in a world of nations, but we live in a world of corporations. It's all about corporations and numbers. Follow the ladder of money and you will understand. But this book will teach you the history of money, understanding how a bank system works on a one-third fractional reserve. I believe it's one-third fractional reserve, and how with the amount of money they have in their bank, they can loan out 10 times that. And that's insane. The history of it, how it was created by the J.P. Morgan family, Rothschild, Warburgs, etc. And I found this quote by Woodrow Wilson that's even in the book too, because Woodrow Wilson was funded, especially for his campaign, by very rich folks. I mean, every president is. And those rich folks come with a price. Nothing is free in this world. But that's my quote, though. If it's free, it's for me. But, nothing is free in this world. And I am the most unhappy, in this quote, I quote Woodrow Wilson, "I'm the most unhappy man. I have unwittingly ruined my country. A great industrial nation is controlled by its system of credit. Our system of credit is concentrated. The growth of the nation, therefore, and all our activities are in the hands of a few men. We have come to be one of the worst ruled, one of the most completely controlled and dominated governments in the civilized world. No longer a government by free opinion, no longer a government by conviction and the vote of the majority, but a government by the opinion and duress of small groups of dominant men." So, and this was 1913, and over 100 something years later, you see this stuff still going on today, and it's crazy. So, education is liberation, and you become to understand your sovereign individualism, which leads me to the next book, which I do have, and that I'm currently in the process of still reading, is Forbidden Knowledge. Information they don't want you to know. And it's by Robert E. Bauman. And this book is awesome. You learn, like I said before, you understand what it means to be a sovereign individual, what it means to have your rights, your liberty, and it teaches you financial security, meaning maximum possible tax avoidance. The strongest people, um, I'll show you the book again. Actually, the strongest possible financial privacy, the greatest degrees of asset protection, meaning offshore banking accounts and where to put offshore banking accounts and how to manage more of your money, the most profitable investments. And I have a quote by Francis Bacon, which is my favorite, and it's knowledge itself is power. And that is straight truth. Knowledge itself is power, and you have the power. That's just one of the many. Um, I also have the 40 alternatives to college. I just read this last night. It's only about 24 pages, but this this literally this guy wrote a book teaching you of many reasons why not to go to college and things you can do besides just that. And because from I've learned from this book, we have $1 trillion in student loan debt. That's one. Two, the increase of tuition has raised 1,000%, 500% for insurance, and it's like 300 for the national debt of inflation, and it's crazy. College tuition outweighs credit card debt, and I believe uh, car loans. So that's another intensity. Um, so you can see the trend here in my books. The Education of Millionaires, Everything You Won't Learn in College About How to Be Successful by Michael Eisenberg. And this talks about how most successful people in this country did not even finish college. Guides to develop practical skills, success skills in the real world, finding a great mentor, which I have many of, building a world class network, which I am growing, make your work meaningful, which I feel like my work is meaningful, especially with all the knowledge I know now. Build your own brand, which I'm learning to build, and you know, and this book is great. It's for everyone, college dropouts, or if you got graduated high school or graduate of Harvard, doesn't matter. These are things or skills you won't learn in school. So this is definitely a recommended book right here. And as for philosophy, um, the secret teachings of all ages. If you can start with the secret teachings of all ages, oh man, it will lead you because in there's an index of biology, so all the philosophers that are in this codex right here, and this volume is like no other, and none has been created ever since. And this is by Manly P. Hall. Lived from 1901 to 1990. Lived a long life. He's a scholar and a sage. Sage is also for a word for say philosopher. Philosophy. Um, this was originally published too in 1928, and until this day, it's still around. So it's really good stuff. And it has the codex to the ideas and mysteries and resonance within the symbols, myths, and philosophies that have guided humankind since early of time. And you have great philosophers or sages like Socrates, Plato's, Pythagoras, Thoth, Albert Pike, H.P. Blavatsky, and many more people that have influenced this book right here. And I want to thank Manly P. Hall for that. Definitely recommend. This is a life changer as well. All these books that I'm telling you about are life changers. Um, so one of my favorite quotes by him is, "Man's status in the natural world is determined, therefore, by the quality of his thinking." So you see the philosophies here. Oh, and I forgot to mention before I get to spirituality, these books right here. If you're network marketing and you want to learn to generate leads and stuff, this is great. This is really good stuff right here. The Ultimate Lead Generation Plan by Matt Bacak and Glen Hopkins. The Lucrative List Building. It'll teach you how to maintain a list, how to build a list, how to do online marketing, because all the money's in the list, and that's what it's really about. It's no joke. But yeah, this book. These two, yeah. So these books are fantastic, and I want to get to the spiritual because mind, body, and spirit. That's all it's about, and that's all I've been working on for many, many years. And there's this book that I recommend by Bruce Lipton, of The Biology of Belief. He has a PhD. He was a professor. Can't remember what school or what university, but he's an internationally recognized spiritual leader where he bridges spirit science, and you can't have one without the other. I know that. Uh, Separation just leads to ignorance. So, sameness, understanding of how they all relate is what it's all about. And this book right here, it shows that genes and DNA do not control our biology, but instead, DNA is controlled by signals from outside the cell, including the energetic messages emanating from our positive and negative thoughts. So, once again, what philosophers are saying, and the books I've talked about before, and now you have a spiritual book that is saying the same thing. Your thoughts and how you portray yourself is a big belief, and it's based on the biology of you. You know, if you think you're going to amount to something in life, well, guess what? You will amount to something in life. If you don't think you amount to anything and you just have to accept the reality that you're not rich and you didn't get the front of the bus and that you're the back of the bus, well, you know, your world will stay that way. And this book will also forever change how you think about your own thinking. I mean, I'm so consciously aware of my thinking now, of how I want to think. It's not even funny. And my favorite quote by Bruce Lipton is, your perspective is always limited by how much you know. Expand your knowledge and you will just transform your mind. And with all the books that I've been reading, yes, yes, expand your mind and it will transform your whole being. The person that I am today, I never thought I would be this way. Honest truth. Honest truth. It really is. I also recommend The Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks, where Esther, she uses a spirit called Abraham, and she teaches about law of attraction. That's one of the big things about business is law of attraction. And this is a really good book. It teaches you about relationships, the flawed premises of our society on, you know, how we should really look at relationships, the complex ones, the ones that are impossible to us. Yeah, she teaches you to experience an enhanced appreciation from our planet, our bodies, your family, your friends, your enemies, your government, your system, your food, your finances, your animals, you work, you name it. This, past, present, future, all that. And this book right here, well, everything is about the mindset and how you control your mind and how you control yourself. Because, last advice would be, you control your world and you can create it. And these books can help you. Um, Comment below too if you have books that you would want me to read. And enjoy your day and namaste.